Good morning. My name is Brittany Henry, and I'll be presenting the presentation on data security at Henry Capital Hospital. The content of this presentation will include an introduction, the overview of Henry Capital Hospital data breach, what is a data breach, healthcare information is in high demand by cyber criminals, the top security threat in healthcare, how ransomware attacks happen, the cost of ransomware, healthcare is big and vulnerable, HIPAA, the HITEC Act, what is protected by HIPAA, solutions to stop data breaches, questions, and of course, my references. Introduction. Healthcare data breaches should be a governmental concern because healthcare continues to be an easy target for hackers. Hackers have been successful with the breaches because of weaponized ransomware, misconstructed cloud storage buckets, and phishing emails. However, since protecting patients' info should be a priority of every organization, employees and healthcare professionals should be aware of their cybersecurity protocols and HIPAA violations. As cybercrime continues to emerge, the healthcare industry has become a popular target for cyber criminals. The healthcare industry has done a poor job in protecting their patients, and now hospitals must enhance their cybersecurity capabilities at the hospitals. As the CIO of Henry Capital Hospital, my goal is to find the reason that Henry Capital Hospital has experienced a data breach and provide a solution to protect patients' medical records and the hospital from ransomware. Within the hospital, I found that an employee has been accessing patients' records without the consent of the hospital or the patient. But until an official complaint was filed, the hospital didn't audit the electronic health record systems. The employee gained access to the patient's names, diagnosis, and insurance information. What I found is that there were inadequate policy and procedures and training on HIPAA. What is a data breach? A data breach is a security incident in which information is accessed without authorization. Data breaches can hurt businesses and consumers in a variety of ways. They are a costly expense that can damage lives and reputations and take time to repair. Cybercrime is a profitable industry for attackers and continues to grow. Hackers see personally identifiable information to steal money, compromise identities, or to sell over the dark web. Healthcare information is in high demand by cyber criminals. It is tough to remember all of the data breaches that happened in 2018, but when you look at the largest and most impactful ones that were reported throughout the year, it paints a grimy picture about the state of data security today. The consequences of major companies leaking sensitive data are many. For consumers, it represents a loss of privacy, potential identity theft, and countless hours repairing the damage to devices. And is costly for companies too, in the form of bad press and the resulting damage to their reputation, as well as time and money spent to remediate the breach and ensure customers' data is well secured in the future. The top security threat in healthcare. Ransomware is a type of malware that typically prevents organizations from accessing certain parts of its system. For example, an organization and its user could be locked out from a critical system such as electronic health records and may be unable to get it unless they pay a certain amount of money. This could cause problems for an organization's hospital data security. The ransomware will then either deny access to the data or it will encrypt it. The crypto ransomware will encrypt the data, while locker ransomware prevents users from accessing the information. It is important to note that just because an organization has paid the demanded fee, it is not guaranteed that the data will be made accessible again. How ransomware attacks happen. Ransomware is often spread through phishing emails that contain malicious attachments or through drive-by downloading. Drive-by downloading occurs when a user unknowingly visits an infected website and then malware is downloaded and installed without the user's knowledge. Crypto ransomware, a malware that encrypts files, is spread through similar methods and has also been spread through social media, such as web-based instant messaging applications. Additionally, newer methods of ransomware infections have been observed. For example, vulnerable web servers have been exploited as an entry point to gain access into an organization's network. The cost of ransomware. Cybercriminals don't need to be high-tech or particularly tech-savvy. All of the tools they require are available at reasonable cost. Now to spread this creepy threat more easily by even a non-tech user, one dark web hacker has released a ransomware as a service kit, better known as TOX, for anyone to download and set up their own ransomware for free. Once downloaded, you can target people by sending your virus in an email attachment, just like in the style of traditional phishing emails. Once a victim accidentally opens up the offending SR file provided in an email, the payload will encrypt all of the data on their system and only decrypts it if a Bitcoin payment is made. Healthcare is big and vulnerable. There are a total of 6,210 U.S. hospitals. Healthcare records are 10 times more valuable on the black market than credit cards. Hospitals are the perfect mark for this kind of extortion. They are more likely to pay a ransom rather than risk delays that could result in death and lawsuits. They have staggering amounts of valuable electronic data which is not required to be encrypted. Studies have shown it is very common for hospitals to have a large number of outdated and vulnerable systems on the network. Securing your data, HIPAA. HIPAA is the acronym for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act that was passed by Congress in 1996. HIPAA guidelines provides the ability to transfer and continue health insurance coverage for millions of American workers and their families when they change or lose their jobs. It reduces healthcare fraud and abuse, mandates industry-wide standards for healthcare information on electronic billing and other processes, and requires the protection and confidential handling of protected health information. Healthcare providers, health plans, and business associates have strong tradition of safeguarding private health information. However, in today's world, the old system of paper records locked in cabinets is not enough anymore. With information broadly held and transmitted electronically, the rule provides clear national standards for the protection of electronic health information. The Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act addresses the privacy and security concerns associated with the electronic transmission of health information. One can think of the Act as an amendment to the HIPAA requirements for privacy and security, with the key points of the HITECH Act addressing privacy and security with computerized systems. It also includes regulations about what to do if a patient's records is exploited. Patients must be informed if their records have been disclosed inappropriately, even if the disclosure was accidental. What is protected by HIPAA? The HIPAA privacy rule establishes national standards to protect individuals' medical records and other personal health information and applies to health plans, healthcare clearinghouses, and those healthcare providers that conduct certain healthcare transactions electronically. The rule requires appropriate safeguards to protect the privacy of personal health information and sets limits and conditions on the uses and disclosures that may be made of such information without patient authorization. The rule also gives patients rights over their health information, including rights to examine and obtain a copy of their health records and to request corrections. In addition, it also includes the patient name, social security number, telephone number, email address, street address, and many others. As the CIO of Henry Capital Hospital, I've decided to implement some solutions to stop the data breaches. First, I will compile and implement policy and procedures, audit the EHR system regularly, and have alerts set up that notify the IT department when records are inappropriately accessed. Implement penalties for HIPAA violations, provide annual staff training, and identify both internal and external data security threats to the hospital. Any questions?